Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today is Flosstube number 5, and I just want to say a massive thank you to all of my new subscribers who have joined me recently, and especially those who have been with me since my first video. Thank you to everybody. Don't forget though to hit that subscribe button and the bell to make sure you get notified of my new videos when they come out every Tuesday evening at 7:30 p.m. GMT. And as I say guys, week 5, where are the weeks flying by to? If anyone knows, please let me know, because time is just flying by so fast. So as I mentioned last week, I am going back to work, sort of moving towards more I want to say more properly, but moving back towards what we were before the pandemic hit. I have been working a lot from home, which has had its challenges for those of you that do work at home all the time, which a lot of my work is from home anyway, but I've just found it really hard, even harder during this pandemic. So I am looking forward to getting back to a bit of normality in August. So work has been really busy getting ready for that, and it will continue to be busy until I'm back at work mid-August. The weather has been lovely, which is also really good. It was really lovely on Friday, and I was able to get some time out in the garden, and apparently in the UK this weekend it's going to be an absolute scorcher. So I'm really looking forward to that, getting some time out in the garden, just chilling out with my boyfriend. We're going to have a barbecue this weekend as well. So yeah, really looking forward to this weekend and having some lovely weather. So I hope wherever you are that you're having some nice weather as well. So as always, lots to share with you. I have been working a lot on my Heaven and Earth designs. I've had some new starts. Shock, horror there with new starts. I always seem to be having new starts lately, but that's okay, doesn't matter. I've got some nearly finishes, and I've also been reviewing July as well, so I'll share that with you. So let's get into what I have been working on since I last saw you. So first and foremost, I started a new Gold Collection Petite Diamond. I keep saying diamond, it's dimensions kit. It was Bayside Cottage, so that's the picture. And I started it, and then I thought, God, why have I not gridded? So then I went back and gridded, and it's so much easier when it's gridded, because even though these are small, these are 5 by 7 inches, they are what I would call a full coverage. So here we are. That's what I've done so far. Let me put that behind it and see if that helps with the lighting. Don't know if it will. A little bit. Yeah, so that's where I've got up to. I really enjoy these little dimension, what I call little dimension kits. Obviously I'm not counting my stitches in Pattern Keeper, so I'm not sure how many stitches I've done, but I'm really enjoying it. This is on 18 count, and the pattern does call for some half stitches, but I made a decision that with these dimensions kits, I'm going to do them in full crosses and see what they come out like. And this is my first one, and so far I'm really happy. Don't get me wrong, I have used the thread a little bit quicker, and I've run out of one of the threads, so I'm using some of my own thread, and it matches perfectly. I've got a conversion for dimensions numbers on their kits to what the DMC thread is, so I'm able to use my own thread. But I think, yeah, it's coming out really lovely. So like I say, 18 count, 2/1, and that's where we're up to. Yeah, really enjoy it. So that's the first one. Then I did quite a bit on my blue booties, and as you can see here, I've pretty much got those finished. The only thing I need to do is the back stitching. Yeah, really like those, and that's pretty much where I was up to with the pink ones as well, just the back stitching to go. So I thought, you know what, I'll get the blue and the pink ones done. That's the two together, and then I'll do the back stitching. Yeah, I'll just do the back stitching on both, at the same time as well. So that's what I plan to do over the next couple of days. And this is out of, let me show you the picture. This is out of Cross Stitcher 189, and that's the design there. So this is quite an old magazine, but I think I did look on eBay and you can still get this magazine. There was a couple when I looked on eBay for one of my friends. Actually, you can still get this magazine, and if not, well, have a look on eBay anyway. Have a look. So it's Cross Stitcher 189. So that's my blue booties that I spent some time doing. These blue booties, let me just bring them back. This is a 6x6 like Q-snap frame, and this is just some felt I've got in the middle of it to protect the stitching. I find these really such a good design to do. Like, for example, if I'm on a Zoom meeting where I don't have to actively take part, I'm just there to listen, I can do this really quite easily. And what I should say, both of these, the pink one and the blue one, both have been stitched on 14 count Aida 2/1. This is a white and this is like a creamy colour 14 count. So yes, really pretty. Really pretty. So then I've been doing a bit of work on my Heaven and Earth designs. So as you remember last week, one of the focus pieces that I was going to work on was Mini Virus Detected by Randall Spangler, and that's the design. Actually, I have got a bigger one here just to show you, and I will show you a picture of where it was, but because I'm working on it, I've got it in my frame hoop, Q-snap, that's the word I'm looking for. And this is where I'm up to. So quite a bit done. How much did I get done? So I have got 2,687 stitches done on this week. Obviously you've got to love Pattern Keeper, haven't you, for counting your stitches, and I spent 14 hours on it over the week. Most of that was done at the weekend, and this is on 20 count Aida, and this is 2/1. And I just want to say as well, I love this needle minder. Let me see if I can get it a bit closer. This is from Chapel View Crafts. She does some gorgeous needle minders as well. But yeah, this has been my focus piece. What I should have said as well, with my, let me just grab it, with my, let me just put that one down a minute. With this one, my Bayside Cottage, that was 4 hours. And my blue booties, these were 4.5 hours this week. So, and like I say, this is, yeah, the one that I've been really focusing on, the Heaven and Earth design I've been really focusing on. I think it's just turning out so pretty, isn't it? Yeah, looks really good from quite a distance as well. So that is that one. I then stitched on Ornament Healing Rose by Carol Cavaleris. That's the picture. I have got a bigger one here to show you. Here we go. I just think how beautiful really do those colours look. I know I say that every time, but they're just gorgeous, aren't they? So this one had 1.5 hours on it this week, and I did 304 stitches. So I'm still at the top here. Yeah, there you go. I'm hoping to move down so I get towards some of the green section a little bit, but yeah, just love how those colours are blending together. So that's that one. Then this one, which I'm always going to say this is like my baby, is Story Keep Life is an Open Book Paris by Amy Stewart. And this is the bigger version. There we I just love this design so much, and this is where I'm at. So I think last week I had loads of park threads, which I got rid of. I know I've got one park thread which was just outside of my Q snap of where I wanted to be, so I thought, oh, I'll just park that one. But I'm basically working on filling these gaps here. But yeah, really enjoy that one. In fact, I love it so much. Heaven and Earth website had a sale on this week, just gone, and I've actually purchased now the full version of this design, and I really think one day I'm going to do that. I think I'll probably do it on 20 count Ada, because I literally have fallen in love with 20 count Ada now. 18 count used to be my favourite, but I think 20 count is almost pushing it off the top spot. So I think I will do the full version on 20 count Ada, because it's just such a fabulous picture. And as I've mentioned before, I love anything French or anything to do with Paris. So that's that one. And then I was going to actually spend a bit more time on the next one. I'll show you and then I'll tell you. So this is Paris Romance, by Rowan Manning. That's the design. I don't have a bigger one to show you. But this is 25 count Ada. And I managed to serge it, so I've serged all of it myself. Serging is so easy, I find. I've never serged before till I serged about a couple of months ago when I did my first Heaven and Earth design, and I've literally just folded the material over and just sewn across. It doesn't take long at all, really. But yes, this is 25 count, and everybody kept saying to me, be careful, the holes are small, you might not see. I don't have an issue with the holes. I can see the holes, that's fine. But what I didn't realise was, and I'm just going to fold this so that you can see, is this design is actually quite a light design, and I don't like the coverage. That's it at the moment. So there's about 2 hours worth of stitching on there, but as I say, I don't like the coverage. Not enjoying it. So there is a part of me that thinks I'm going to restart this on 20 count Ada. I don't know whether this kind of design is just too light for this. I don't know. I don't know. I've put the question out there on the official Heaven and Earth Facebook page, and there are a couple of people that said to me, I don't think you're giving it enough time, you should give it more time, stitch a bit more. But then I think, if you're not enjoying something, should you carry on with it? Don't know. So I honestly think I'm going to restart this on 20 count Ada. I haven't done much. I've only done 2 hours worth. I haven't used much of the material. I just thought, before I invested more time, let's just try it on a different count. So this was 25 count 1/1. So it's the first time of using 1/1 and first time of using 25 count. And yeah, not enjoying it. I don't think it's the 25 count that I'm not enjoying. I just don't enjoy the way the image is coming out. So what I've decided to do is cut the material smaller for a new design. I'm not going to start the new design yet, so don't panic. The new design I'm thinking of doing on this material, on the 25 count, is Quick Stitch April Fairy. And the reason why I chose that one is because it's so bright and so colourful. I think that might be better for the 25 count, for my own feelings on it, really. Yes, I'm not sure. I'm still thinking about it. I went to order my material to restart this, and it was out of stock, and I thought, is that a sign for it to tell me whether or not to think a bit more? I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you think I should do? Do you think I should restart, or do you think I should carry on, see how it goes? Yeah, don't know. So that's, like I say, that's where I'm up to, about 300 odd stitches in that. Let me know what you think anyway, and let me know if you've had that kind of thing happen where you've looked at it and thought, no, I need to start again, especially with the Heaven and Earth design, because it, you know, it's quite expensive, isn't it, to buy the material, to buy the threads. So would love to hear your feedback. But like I say, if I do restart it, it'll be in the next week or so, because I will order some more material. I say next week, whenever the material is back in stock. If I do decide to restart it, I'll get the material and restart it. I've got all the threads, so that will then make it up to Heaven and Earth design number 4, and then I'm coming on to Heaven and Earth design number 5 in a minute. That was a lot that I worked on this week. But I have to say, as I've said before, my job isn't like 9 to 5. I can kind of do a little bit during the day some days. I sometimes do some first thing in the morning before I start work. I just find it so therapeutic doing it, and I think it's really helped my mental health, I think, during this lockdown, and I've just learnt so much with my stitching throughout the lockdown. And I think thank you to everybody in the Flosstube community for showing the Heaven and Earth designs, because I've never found Heaven and Earth designs before. I think they're probably at the back of my mind where I've heard of them, and I've always thought, oh, they're too big a project or they're too overwhelming. Honestly, they're not. They're just a load of crosses. There's no back stitching, there's no French knots, there's no blended colours. It's just a lot of crosses, and I think once you find them, you do go down a rabbit hole and fall down that trap of loving all of the charts that you see. So yeah, so that was what I stitched on between filming the last video and today, so over the week. So let's move on now to reviewing July. So I decided to keep a track of my stitching. I really like, I'm a planner at heart, basically. I really like writing things down, writing things in my planner. And I found Caroline at Zook Stitch. She had a beautiful planner. She's an American lady. And I thought, I love that. I absolutely love your planner. And when I went to look on Amazon, which she shared the link for her planner, it was from an American company, and I thought there must be somewhere in the UK where I can get a new planner from. So I've got this one, 3-year planner. It started in 2020 till 2022, but it was about £5-6, something like that. And I've literally just started it for August, just writing in what I'm doing, writing in what I'm stitching on, how many hours, how many stitches, things like that. So when I've done a few months, I think I'll do a video on my planner. So I'll put the link in to my planner into the description box below. But that was really how I was able to get a bit of a review on July, because I was using an old planner that wasn't really working out for me, but this one works. This one I can see already will work really, really well. So July then, well, I started 3 Heaven and Earth designs. So I started my Mini Virus Detected, my Ornament Healing Rose, and my Paris Romance. I know that I might need to have a restart on the Paris Romance, but at least I got it started. I finished my best friend's birthday card. She was overjoyed with it, and I'll just put a little picture in here of the fact that she's put it in a frame and framed it. She really loved it. So I started and finished that. I also started my Dimensions Bayside Cottage. Like I said, I learned so much about my stitching really prior to sort of June, July time, mainly July. I had all of my stitching really was either from kits or from me making up my kits from magazine, you know, like getting the charts from magazines or things like that, and just making, you know, putting the kit together that way myself. And that's really what I spent the best part of 25 years doing, 25 plus years doing. But then, like I say, the Flosstube community has really opened up a lot for me. So I've learned obviously about other aiders, so or linens, you know, 20 count aider, 25 count. I've worked on both of those now. I know I might have only done a few stitches on the 25 count, but I know that I can do a project on that because I can see the holes okay. I've learned how to start my thread differently. I've learned how to finish my thread differently. So much I've learned with my stitching, and I also know how much, I think I've got even more of a love for it than what I've ever had. And I think without this lockdown time, I don't think I would have found it. Like I wouldn't have found time at the beginning to get my stitching bug back massively. It was there, it just wasn't what it is now. And I think if I don't pick up a needle each day, I really miss it. I notice that I miss it. And like I said, I found it so therapeutic. So really in July, I feel like I've learned a lot. And obviously in July, I started my Flosstube. So I feel like I've done a lot in a month. So for the rest of August, a lot's going to be happening as well. So I think it's always good to review what you've done, what you've learned and what you've done in a month. Just to see that way you can see a bit of progress, can't you? So yeah, I think if you're not already, try it for a month and just make a little chart or just a little note of what you're doing, just to say when you look back you can see some progress. It's such a good motivator. So what's coming up in August? Well, I learned something new this week. I learned about Arbitrary August. Now I've been watching Stitching Mummy videos on Flosstube, and last year she did Arbitrary August and I had no idea where it came from, and then somebody on Instagram said, where has Arbitrary August came from? And the general consensus is that Stitching Mummy started it. And what she did was she put all of her whips onto a bit of paper and then put them in a bowl, and every day picked out a new one. So every day she stitched on something new. So what I didn't realise was I've sort of done something a little bit similar, but on a weekly basis. So I'm going to carry that on for the rest of August and maybe into September. So last week I picked out 3 things that I wanted to focus on. One was one of my big projects, my Heaven and Earth designs, and one was a medium-sized project like my Dimensions Petites 5x7 full coverage, and the third section was the small section, which were like the cards I made, exactly like the one I made for my friend earlier, like the cupcake one. So I put all of my projects that I wanted to work on into those 3 areas, and I had a drawer. And the one that came up last week was the makeup cupcake one. So obviously my week is going from Saturday to Saturday, so from this Saturday through to next Saturday, because Saturday was the 1st. So I haven't quite started this one yet. But my mother-in-law has her birthday at the end of the month, and my boyfriend saw this picture and thought that would really suit her well. She loves a bit of red lipstick and loves her perfume, so he just thought that one would work for her. So I've already got an idea of what I'm going to do with that one. The medium-sized design was Santa's Secret. Again, I haven't started on that one yet. But I will be in the next day or two, again with the cupcake one. I just need to cut some material, because for anybody, oh no, I've got the material for this one. It was my other one, my other Santa's one, where I sort of messed up a couple of times. I just need to cut some more material for it now, but I've got the material for that one. So I just need to grid both of those, and that's what I need to do, and then I can get started. And then my large one was Virus Detected, which is obviously the one that I've been working on quite a bit. So I'm going to put some focus into the smaller ones now. So also as well, linking with that, I think I've mentioned before that I am part of some Facebook groups which have stitching challenges. So obviously I mentioned I'm a part of the official Heaven and Earth Facebook group, and their challenge between now and the end of September is to do 10,000 stitches in one of your Heaven and Earth designs. So I'm going to use my Life is an Open Book Paris, the Story Keep one. I'm going to use that to do my 10,000 stitches. In the Enchanted Stitching Challenges Facebook group that I'm part of, each month they have a different theme of a Disney video, and this month it's the Princess and the Frog. So there's all sorts of different challenges. So I'm trying to use my Heaven and Earth designs because I can count the stitches, and also the 3 that I pick out each week for the challenges. And so far, touch wood, so good. There are a couple of challenges I'm not sure what I'm going to stitch on yet, so I'll work on that. But so far for the weekly challenges, it's working out well. And then I'm also part of Full Coverage Fanatics, which is for full coverages. So even the little dimensions 5x7, that would work because it's a full coverage for the size that it is. And they have monthly themes of countries. It's sort of like around the world, I think. And this month it's Japan, so you can stitch on anything that's red or white, anything that links to anything Japanese, and then flowers. So I'm going to be stitching on the Ornament Healing Rose for that one, for that challenge. So I thought I would also draw my next 3 focus projects from next Saturday to the following Saturday. So from the 8th to the 15th, my own version of Arbitrary August. So let's start that draw. So let's see what the small version is that I'll be working on. So that is Sunflower Cupcake, and here is the image. This is a chart that I got from Etsy, and I'm going to be stitching that 18 count 2/1. Again, just need to get the material ready and get it gridded. And let's see what the medium one is. So this one is Scenic Lighthouse. This is again another new start. I love what these pictures look like. Even in a 5x7, I just love what that picture is going to look like. Again, another new start there. And let's see what the large one is. So this large one is going to be Faces of Fairy 178. This is the pink fairy. So a couple of videos ago, I asked you guys to choose for me which one I should start, the pink fairy or the ice fairy, and you guys chose pink fairy. And I have got the threads for this one on order, so they should be arriving by the end of the week. So I will start that probably this weekend. Got the material already, just a case of getting started with that one. I'm really excited. So this one is going to be my 5th Heaven and Earth design, and I cannot wait. So I love having all the different Heaven and Earth designs and having the rotation going. So those 3 are going to be my focus pieces moving from this Saturday the 8th to the 15th. I'm still working on my current 3 this week, which is my makeup cupcake design, my Santa's Secret, and my Virus Detected. So hopefully there'll be a bit more to show you on the 3 of those for next week. So, wow, lots. I can't wait to see you all again next week. Have a great week stitching, and yeah, see you all soon. Bye for now.